Even if you don't feel like watching, it's a good excuse to avoid folding laundry. Welcome to the Witty Hour. The hour, it's not really an hour, where I convince you to buy one of my books, one of those right there. In a few months there'll be 2 more, so just imagine how much pressure I'll give you then. Anyway, I'm Brandon Witt. Welcome to the Witty Hour, and buy my books. I wanted to take a second and fill you in on an event that happened since we saw each other last. At the beginning of October, Dolan gave in to a disease that he'd been fighting a little over a year, and so now Duncan and Dolan are back together. It's been hard on their dad. But I wanted to give you a little story that indicates, I mean, you've met Dolan, you know what he's like, but a little story that indicated Dolan's personality. Up till the last day, last hour actually, Dolan was still crazy and ridiculous and thought everybody in the world absolutely loved him. And he had a lot of reason to not believe that. From the second day, Duncan and I went and picked him out and he was 10 weeks old. And the day after we got him, we took him on his first walk and we made it maybe 10 steps from the door when this Alaska Malamute rushed out of a neighbor's gate and picked up my little puppy and started shaking him. Duncan, who was afraid of everything, attacked, which was amazing to see that dog do that. But together we were able to get Dolan loose. Over the next 10 years, that event happened with different dogs about 8 or 9 times. Dogs would rush out of neighbors' houses, or they'd be walking down the street unleashed, and all of a sudden the owner's like, oh no, they were totally fine. They've never done this before. But Dolan, through it all, never felt that, well, he just thought everybody and everything wanted to be with him and love him. And with the exception of some stupid dogs, everyone did. Hello, I'm Artie Fry, here, under duress, for a new installment of Meanie Say What. Today, we are going back to Brandon Witt's premier piece of literature, The Shattered Door. Today's review comes from Goodreads. A woman named Lisa gave the lowest number of stars a book can receive, which is 1. Unfortunately, they don't allow you to give 0. I think we've said that before. I know what Lisa would give. Lisa says, it just wasn't for me. The Christian thing. Couldn't get into it and honestly made me skip much of this book. Well, Lisa, I too skipped much of this book. All of it, in fact. I'd been forewarned. You see right here, on the back, it tells you about what the book is about. It mentions God, youth pastor, a bunch of religious shit. You don't need to read it. And, Lisa, just so you know, don't read the rest of his drivel either. There's nothing about God in the rest, but smart woman, skip them all. You know, while we're on the topic of religion, I must confess I did read Song of Solomon's to Inez one night, trying to get her in the mood. She didn't like it. However, Revelations did the trick. Something about all those left behind from the rapture burning. She likes that kind of thing. Oh well. Until next time, this is Artie Fry with another episode of Meanie Say What. I am Judith P. Salt, here with a very special message from God. Today is a special report, I would like to say. After much prayer and soul-searching and reading of campaigns, I have come out in declaration of support of Mr. Donald Trump. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from me. I am casting my vote for Mr. Trump. And a vote from Judith is the same as a vote from God. Don't take my word on it. Let us look to the scriptures. Donald, I feel like I can call him Donald now, has two statements or important things on his platform, just two, which I find refreshing. If he focuses on two things as president, he shall get them done. The first one is gun control. Let us look at Numbers 31:3. So Moses, said to the people, "Arm your men and go to war." Go to war! We cannot go to war without our guns. Obama wants to steal your guns. Trump wants to give you guns. Donald's second platform is immigration. Let us look, at Romans 13:2. I beg your pardon, I'm a little forgetful today. So Donald's second platform is immigration, and let's be honest, if you've looked around our country, you're noticing more, brown people. Romans 13:2. Consequently, he who rebels against authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and those who do so will bring judgment upon themselves. I think that's pretty clear. Brown people have come across, despite the laws of our country, Donald is going to build a wall and make those non-white people pay for it. You heard it here. God will judge them. Therefore, guns, brown people, wall, Trump. Thus saith the Lord. It's that time. That time of the show where I give back. Where I solve every problem facing first world gay men and straight women across the country. Gorgeous men from ages 18 to 40 all over our country are growing pubic hair on their face. When generations look back, they won't be able to know if they're looking at the 21st century photos or from a bunch of minors from the 1800s. Step 1. Kidnap the pubic hair offenders. Step 2. After you've gotten them alone, after the trim, get them in the shower. As much as they deserve a lot of pain for doing the pubic hair thing to their face and ruining all their beauty for the rest of us, I don't know if they deserve a dry shave. So get them ready and do other stuff in the shower if you want to. Unless you're really angry at them, the next step would be to put on some shaving cream and let it set for a moment. Next, make them shave that shit off. Finally, reward them with some aftershave. If they're resistant to any of this, make sure that you let them know they can grow that pubic haired beard when they're 80 and no one wants to see their face anyway. And if that doesn't work, withhold sex. Always withhold sex. That works for anything. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Witty Hour. Hopefully, you've learned who you're going to vote for president. You've found new ways to enjoy the Bible. And you've come to terms with the grooming problem facing our nation. Until next time, happy reading, and I love you. Bye.